Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good evening to everyone. So now today we are going to learn about adjectives. All right. So what do we have here? What is this transport called? Anyone? Just share. Share. It's a car.
A car.
Okay. All right. So what about this one?
An aeroplane.
Yes, exactly. And now the last one.
A ship.
Yes, or what we could call it also a cruise ship because it usually uses to go on vacation. All right, a big one. Okay, so now, just like I said, today we are going to learn all about adjectives. But to make it more interesting and also relatable to all of you in this class here today, we're gonna do it in the context of transportation. All right. So first of all, we need to know what are adjectives. Adjectives are words that describe or give more information about nouns, whether it's people, places, things, or also ideas. All right, so it describes or give more information about those nouns. Okay, so now for an example to start us off, just like the previous picture, a car. Okay, so how do we describe it? Just like I've put on here, it is a big red shiny car. Okay, so all of these adjectives, all of these arrows, it describes the car. Okay, so now that's what we call adjectives. Okay, so far are we clear on that?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, all right, great.
Yes.
Now we're gonna move on to our first activity. Okay, we have a couple of pictures here of transportations, but the mind map is incomplete. Okay, so don't worry, but we're gonna finish it together. Okay, we're gonna complete the mind map together. All right, we have a train, a submarine, and also a helicopter. Okay, so now let's start with the first one, a train. Okay, can anyone give me an adjective that describes a train? Anyone? Fast. All right, that's great. Okay,
Fast.
okay, all right. What else? What about the shape of it? Is it short? Is it long?
Long.
Long. All right. Okay. When you get inside of the train, how do you feel? Is there enough space for you? Is it comfy?
Yes.
Okay, so when we are comfortable in a huge place, in a transport that has a lot of spaces, we will call it spacious. Okay, that is the correct uh, adjective to describe transportation with a lot of space in it. So it can fit in a lot of people. Okay, all right. So for the next one, we have a submarine. Okay, for those who don't know what a submarine is, it is usually used for military purposes or research purposes. All right, it can go on the water or also under the water, which is rare. Not like other water transportations like boat or cruise ships, like we just mentioned earlier. Okay, so a submarine. For example, you guys know Titanic?
Yes.
Okay, so the place that it sank is really deep in the ocean. Okay, so the only way for people to see the crash site is to use a submarine. Okay, so that is for research purposes. Okay, so what can describe a submarine? What do you have in mind? Maybe the color of it, the shape.
It's big.
Yes, yes. All right, that's great. That's great. Thank you. What else? Another two. If I could put one here, it would be the because of the ability for the submarine to go under the water and also above the water. Okay, so it has to be comfortable for people to be in it. Okay, so people could actually work in it. All right, so in order to do that, just like the first one, the train one, it is spacious too. Okay, but in this case, yes, it is spacious because it can load up a lot of people or workers. But there are some other submarines that are smaller and quite a tight space. So spacious wouldn't be able to apply to those type of submarines. All right. So what about the color of it? What is the color of the submarine? Black. Okay, exactly. So black, which is a color, also an adjective because it describes the transportation. Okay. And now for the last one, what do we have here? What kind of transportation is this?
Helicopter.
Yes.
Helicopter.
So now if you pay attention closely, all these three mind maps are different categories or types of transportation. For train, it is land transportation, submarine, water transportation, and now for the last one, helicopter, which is air transportation. All right, that's how we categorize it. Okay. Okay. So Haris, what is this transportation called? Okay, good. So what adjective can be described? Heavy. Okay. What is the next one? The next adjective. What
Loud.
can be used? All right, loud. Because of the propeller. Okay. One last one. Last adjective. You can describe it based on the shape, the color.
White.
Why? Okay, okay. All right. So that is how we complete the mind maps, all three of these different types of transportation. Okay. So now, one quick question. In what situation do you usually use all of this transportation? So let's start with like a car. When do you usually use this transportation? When do you usually use a car? Is it to go to the school, go to your friend's place,
To go to the class.
to go to class, or to go to the school? Okay, all right. So what about train? When do you use train? Traveling. Okay, great. Or yeah, in Selangor or Kuala Lumpur, there are a lot of trains that could move you around to go to places, to go to work, which what people usually use for. Okay. So now, what about submarine? I touched a little bit on this submarine. So what do you think? Why do you use submarine? What do you use it for?
For research purposes. For
Yes, all
underwater.
right. Yes, exactly. Okay, good. And now the last one, helicopter. Why do people use helicopter? Okay, so for military purposes, all right? So that's great, okay? Okay, great job. All right, now. Okay, hold on. This is the question earlier. All right, now for this one, I want you to create your own sentences using the prompts given to describe the transportations. All right. So this quiz, I will share you the link in the chat box and also our WhatsApp class WhatsApp group to make it easier for you. All right, you're gonna have like around 5 minutes to complete it. Okay, just one short sentence, and also the prompts are already given to you. The prompts here is the adjectives. Okay, just use the prompts and make one sentence. Is that clear enough? Everyone clear on that?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So I'm gonna send you the link now. Okay. All right, students. Now that the time is up, we're gonna check on your answers for the quiz. Okay. Okay. So let's take a look. All right. Can everyone see this? The questions.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So for the first questions, use the adjectives fast and sleek to describe a car in one sentence. So we're gonna take a look at Harry's sentence. Driving a car is fun as it is fast and sleek. All right, so that is the perfect way to describe a car and to the correct way to put it in a sentence grammatically. Okay, so all right, for the next question, we're going to take I know. So write a sentence using the adjectives old and rusty to describe a bicycle. Okay, so I know, create a sentence. His bicycle is old and rusty. Okay, that's perfect. Okay, good job. Now the third question, use the adjectives eco-friendly and quiet to describe an electric scooter. Okay, so we're gonna take a look at Shafiq's. The electric scooter is better than car because it is eco-friendly and quiet. Okay, that's a great job to use the adjectives, but I see a little bit of a grammatical error here. Okay, because it's misspelled. All right, so take a look at this more perfectly. Okay, take a look at this more correctly. Okay, because it's spelled Because. Okay, don't have to put an A before the S. All right. Okay. So now we have one last quiz. All right. This last quiz, we're going to use Google Forms because you are going to take a look at 3 pictures of different transportations and you have to create your own sentence. All right. Minimum to 3 to 4 sentences. Okay. So I'm going to copy this link and give it to you in the chat box, just like the first quiz. Okay, all right, so time is up. Okay, so we're gonna take a look at your answers for this last quiz. Okay, all right now. So we're gonna take a look at it. Hold on. All right, okay. So for the first question, based on the transportation in the picture below, create your own sentences. All right, so the first one is a picture of lorry. Okay, so what your responses are? Okay, I'm gonna take one. The first one, using lorry as a method to carry things is good. This is because it has spacious room for things and can carry a lot of things at one time. Okay, so that's a great and perfect way to describe a lorry and what it can do. Okay, so now the second question is, based on the transportation in the picture below, create your own sentences. All right, so the second picture is a hot air balloon. Okay, usually used in the overseas. Okay, when people are going to travel and take a look at a very what we call empty spaces like a field or something, that is where you usually can find this hot air balloon. Okay, so I'm gonna take one answer here. The hot air balloon is massive. All right, great. It flies high in the sky and round shape. Okay, that's so accurate to the picture. Okay, so now for the last question, we have a boat. All right, so let's see, let's take a look at your answer here. A boat needs to be light but strong enough to carry people on it. The material used needs to float when in contact with water. Very scientifically scientific answer here. All right, very specific answer here. Very good. Okay, I like that. All right, so that's a great job for you all. Okay, so now we are done with the quizzes. Okay, and that is the end of our lesson for today. But hold on, I have one last homework for you guys. Okay, I'm gonna share this link in our WhatsApp group. Okay, this link here will direct you to this website here. Okay, this website will further teach you a lot more about adjectives. Okay, how to use it, what are the rules. All right, and there's also a mini game here. Okay, just like the one that we've done in the quizzes or the Google Form one. Okay, so you just need to play the game, read the instructions, read the definitions of adjectives, and then we're gonna take a look at this website particularly in the next class, in our next class next week. Okay, all right, everyone clear on the homework? Clear, okay, all right. So to recap our lesson here today, we have completed a mind map collaboratively, you the students and me as the teacher, by suggesting the appropriate adjectives for the various modes of transportations. And the second one you have done is you have constructed a minimum of 3 grammatically correct sentences using the given adjectives to describe different types of transportation. And also the last one, which is in the last quiz, you have created at least 2 original sentences to describe a picture of a mode of transportation using the appropriate adjectives without prompts. Okay, so that is our lesson here for today.